All right. All right. Yesterday I did another one. I did one of these and nothing got recorded. So did you guys hear the message? This meeting is being recorded on your end?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Good, good, good. All right. So this class is American government. So this class is not going to be like my intro to political science class, because everything in this class is going to pertain to what is going on in the American government, right? So not, we do international relations stuff in this class, but we do foreign policy stuff in this class, but it's always going to be about how it interacts with the American government. Because so everything in this class is going to be American government heavy. All your news, all your like discussions, when I give you guys discussions, those are usually going to be about news items or something else that pertains to American government, right? The first discussion that I gave you guys, not the introduction discussion, but the first official discussion was about an episode of A Different World where Kim gets a scholarship for a company in South Africa that's contributing to apartheid. And this is a big, big deal back in 1991 when that episode was taped. You know, it's kind of interesting to think about politics in that way, because sometimes it's like you think you know what to do, the right thing to do is, but then again, it's like the right thing is not always so easy. You know what I'm saying? If we stop doing business with everybody that was a bad faith actor, then you know there'd be a lot of stuff that you know we probably wouldn't be able to do. So we rationalize things and all that. So anyway, let me share my screen with you guys, and then we will get this show on the road. Again, I'm not going to keep you too long today. So first things first, when they gave me this class, I'm always excited to teach an American government class in Ventura. I love Ventura College, the Santa Paula campus, Oxnard, Moore Park, all the schools. So if you are in this class, you'll probably attend one of those campuses. They made this class 18 weeks long, and it's online and it's asynchronous. This is the longest I've ever had an asynchronous class online. Usually when it's an asynchronous class, we just go, at the most, we've gone 10 weeks. For some reason, they made this class 18 weeks. I'm not complaining, it's just not really all that necessary, but you know, we do what we do. I'm going to stretch some of the assignments out so you're not bombarded with stuff, but there are going to be times in this class where you might find things move a little slow. So just kind of bear with, because I'm not going to be lecturing every week also. All right, that's another thing. So let's just get right into it before I forget. Government. Well, actually, let me go back to this page. So when you go to Canvas, you could nickname all of your, first of all, before I get into that, Download the Canvas app on your phone, the Canvas student app on your phone, if you don't have it downloaded already. That is going to be necessary in this class so you could get notifications and all that stuff. Fortunately for this class, I didn't have one student. I sent you guys that email on the first day of class. There's about 50 of you enrolled in this class, and not one student emailed me back asking me what to do. Which wasn't like my intro to poly class where I had like 20 students asking me what they were supposed to do after I just sent the email. So I appreciate you guys for not being repetitive and asking me questions that I already answered. There wasn't one person that did that in this class, and I definitely appreciate that. Okay. So you guys are my American government class. So if I just uploaded this 10 seconds ago, the about the professor section is just right here. I think I wrote this section and I wrote this description of myself in 2017. So add about 3 years to everything I've been talking about. So just this is how you can know about me and get, understand my musings and things that I like and industries that I've worked in and what gives me eligibility to teach this class. So this was before I got my PhD, so I'm gonna have to update this eventually. And then in the syllabus section of the course okay, so there's 2 places where you're going to find something that says syllabus. There's syllabus in the modules, which is where we are at right now, and then there's syllabus on the right hand or the left hand side of your screen. Click on that. If you click on that syllabus, it's just going to show you due dates for the assignments. Don't get married to any of these due dates because things are going to probably change as needed. So don't get married to any of those due dates. But this is just an idea. The first few weeks are going to be accurate, but as we move deeper into the semester, things might need to be changed. All right. So for example, last week, I had brain surgery. It was unexpected, and they don't even give you time to prepare for it. I went to the hospital because I wasn't feeling well. I was falling all over the place and stuff. I already have multiple sclerosis. So I thought that was the reason why I was falling, but then it was just way too much of it going on. They in the hospital, they told me they did an MRI and they were like, there's a little bit of blood on your brain. You probably had a fall a while ago, and we need to clear that out so you can be well and get your balance back and stuff. So, and that was unexpected AF. I thought I was going to have to not be able to teach this class, but fortunately, they told me I'd still be able to work as long as I'm working from home. And fortunately, also, all of my classes are online. So I can rehab from home and teach this class. And my brain still works too. So don't try any funny stuff with me, all right? Now, let's go to the syllabus. Okay, shortcut. this up. I don't think, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I should have got this technical crap out the way earlier. Okay. So this is the syllabus. This is VO1, American Government, Spring 2022. Christopher Ely, that's me. Office location and phone. So I'm not gonna be in my office during the COVID pandemic. Usually, I'm at the Santa Paula campus. That's where I do all my office work and stuff at. But because of the pandemic, I'm probably not going to be in the office that much this semester. I might show up once or twice, but especially after I had brain surgery, my doctor didn't tell me it wasn't okay to drive. I'm just not driving that for my own sanity right now, because I'm still not at 100%, but I'm getting better. As far as office hours are by appointment only since this is Canvas. So what you can do if you ever need me, just shoot me an email, shoot me a phone call, shoot me a text, and I will be there to schedule something with you. I'll post my phone number in the announcements once we're done with class. All right. And you email me through Canvas only. The reason why you only email me through Canvas is because you don't want your email getting mixed up in the muck of emails that I get from administration and faculty and stuff like that. If you email me through Canvas, I only get student emails in Canvas, and you will be treated special because you're not, asking me for, whatever, a textbook salesman or whatever. I get all kinds of crap in my regular email. I still check it regularly, but a lot of things I skip over, and I wouldn't want to accidentally skip over a student's email. So email me through Canvas. Okay, so again, no formal meetings. This is online and asynchronous. This course studies United States and California government and politics, including political institutions, processes, political actors, political behavior, public policy, and the historical background of the American government system at the national, in California state, and local levels. So I'm not going to read all of this to you. This is actually written by one of my work colleagues, Corinne Dr. McCoy. She wrote this, and I kept it in the syllabus because I kind of like it. It's kind of necessary to know. So read that at your own leisure. Read all of this stuff. Let me see. Where's my little dot? It's all this stuff right there. So the method of instruction, this course, we will include a combination of lecture as well as learning activities such as in-class participation, group discussion, we're not in class, so the discussions are going to be online, so you will have that. You will have lectures, but you will not have set lecture dates. I will post a lecture when I see fit to post a lecture, or I will schedule an optional Zoom meeting where I lecture with students. So you guys are here today because you want to be here. In a synchronous class, you would be here because you would be required to be here per the terms of our contract. The terms of this contract says you do not have to show up to Zoom meetings. This meeting is optional. Repeat after me. This meeting is optional. On three. 1, 2, 3, unmute. This
Meeting is
optional.
Thank you. Okay, so I want this, I got to make that crystal clear, because I do get students sometimes that'll like, try to say that I made you do something that you didn't sign up for. When I record a meeting, everybody has to get access to a meeting, right? So that's why when I record meetings, what I do is, or when I schedule a meeting on Zoom, I record it and post it so everyone else can see it. Because you signed up for an asynchronous class. So what that tells me and what that tells the institution is you guys are here, but you don't want to be bound by having to drive all the way to the school, or even not even just drive all the way to school. You don't want to have to be on your computer at a certain time every week. So it's up to the school and it's up to me to honor that, because that is what the contract says. On the flip side of that though, I do think lecture, especially if a class is 18 weeks long, I think if a class is 18 weeks long, you deserve to know who the professor is. You deserve to be able to put a name to a face, and you should be able to contact me frequently throughout the semester. That's why I don't necessarily agree with administration making a asynchronous class 18 weeks long, but that's what the contract says. That's what I signed up for. So I'm not going to be complaining about it outside of what I initially said. So I'm going to make sure that this class is as palatable and doable for you as possible. And I'm not going to overwhelm you with lectures. I might lecture like maybe I don't know, probably about 5 times this semester. It's not going to be a regular occurrence, but it may be semi-regular. So this class is not a G-rated class, okay? I always have to make this point crystal clear, especially with students in at Ventura in this area. This is like a purple area, like red and blue students in this area. And some students come here into my class and they think that, that they can, if they can just not watch the material that I have them watch because of religious reasons or because they're offended or anything like that. That's not how this works in this class. So we're not gonna, if you're in this class, you understand this ain't a G-rated class. The material is not gonna be gratuitous, but it's gonna be, you might see some things that you don't necessarily want to see. Politics is gratuitous a lot of the times, man. Sometimes you have to talk about the sex scandals that go on in the White House. I doubt we'll be seeing any sex scandals with Joe Biden outside of what might have came out a while ago. But I think that it's not appropriate to shield anybody from anything. I think we all need to know what's going on in the world. My language might get a little colorful from time to time. I'm telling you this now, so if you have a problem with that, maybe this course isn't for you. but I could tell you the other political science professors at the school are probably of the same ilk as me because I know all of them. So it just is what it is. So my goal as your professor is not to get you to agree with me on issues, but to make sure you are understanding the material. That's the most important thing. So we work in a school of academia, in academia, in political science, we use facts to formulate opinions, and we don't operate in bullshit factories, you know. So when if I have you write a paper, for example, you're going to use scholarly journals that have been peer reviewed to underscore your points. We're not going to be using like OAN news, the Fox News stuff that they show in the morning or the night, the MSNBC stuff. MSNBC isn't that bad. The problem with it is it's too much opinion on MSNBC News. It's too much opinion on Fox. Fox News doesn't even tell the fucking truth. They just put crap out there, especially the prime time stuff. The morning stuff is garbage on Fox News, and the prime time stuff is garbage on Fox News. If you watch Fox News in the middle of the day, you might get actual news, but for the most part, they operate a BS factory. So you got to get stuff from real actual sources. If it's news, even if it's Fox News, if it's news that's not muddled in opinion to the point where you can't formulate your own opinion, that's going to be a problem. My favorite source of news is the front page of a newspaper like the LA Times, USA Today, the New York Times, things of that nature. We define facts in this class by things that have been proven to be fact in a court of law or proven to be backed up by science. So if you get on like an anti-vax kick in this class, you have to have scientific articles from scientific scholarly journals that say the vaccine doesn't work or something like that. Until that happens, and it hasn't, we go by what is out there. All right. So student learning outcomes. So upon successful completion of this course, students will be able to identify and explain American government concepts, understand American government institutions and processes, and analyze key issues related to American government. That is the goal for this class. My goal for all of my students that I get is that you get this information from me and you retain it throughout your life. What I don't want to happen, but probably does, especially if this isn't a subject that you're interested in, is you'll learn this stuff this semester, get your A, get your B, get your C, and then forget about it for the rest of your life. Politics is not something I think you should ever do that with. The required text for this course is on Saylor.org. You don't have to go to Saylor.org in the toolbar of your web browser. On the web page, on the Canvas page, the readings are going to be on the top of the page. And the readings are like long and heavy. So what I've done is I've taken a lot of the stuff that's in the readings and posted them in the PowerPoints to make answers to quizzes and questions much easier to find. So students with disabilities, I am um, understanding and very accommodating to all of my EAC students. The only time I had an issue with an EAC student was last semester, where this guy was really like testing my patience, just not turning in stuff on time and forgetting about assignments. And then after the assignment's already due, saying, oh, I've had to do this or I had to do that and all that. It's not my job to play detective, but once, me and my friends that work in the EAC, we can spot nonsense from pretty far away. So don't ever do that. Just come at me, be honest. I will always, always, always work for you. Again, I just had brain surgery last week. I've got multiple sclerosis. And when I was growing up, I had um, other issues. So I grew out of those issues. I kind of found my best style of learning, and that the EAC is going to be very good and instrumental in helping you do that. So this is a description of the EAC down there. You can read that at your leisure. All right. So this class, the breakdown of assignments in this class, and I'll go over this more in a second. There's going to be 4 exams, which is worth 64% of your grade. 2 papers, which is worth 20% of your grade. And I don't think I'm going to give you 2 full papers to do. I think I'm going to play around with that a little bit, because in previous semesters, I've had a handful of students that would have probably gotten A's in the class opt not to do that paper. And my goal isn't to make everyone's life harder. My goal is to challenge you, but to also get you out of here with the best grade possible. So for your quizzes, each unit will contain a 10-question quiz. Those questions will be on the exam, so the quizzes will be able to act as a study guide. Also, we will have 4 to 6 discussion questions on news topics that will be relevant to the class. So you will always are going to want to read the newspaper or watch the news as often as possible. Again, when I say watch the news, the best source of news is probably going to be like the local news or the world news. The minute you start watching like Joy Reid on MSNBC, and I love Joy Reid, but that's an opinion show. Tucker Carlson, that's an opinion show. Ari Melber, that's an opinion show. The news only consists of the stuff that goes on in the world. That is what the news is, all right? And it really shouldn't be delivered with a heavy amount of opinion, but we live in an age where that's going to happen a lot. We live in the internet age where people could just make up their own facts as they go along without any consideration of what the truth is or not. And it's really, really hard to police that in 2022. It's really hard to police people just lying and posting BS online. So attendance policy, there is no attendance policy because everything is online. With the online asynchronous course, we do not adhere to the holidays like you would do in a regular semester. So when spring break happens in a couple weeks, it's spring. It's you guys are on permanent spring break, okay, with this semester. So we're not gonna be having the if this was an asynchronous if this was a synchronous class, you would have the week off for spring break. But since this is asynchronous, you don't get to you still will have assignments that are coming due, and some of them might be due the week of spring break. It just is what it is because you guys are not on campus or having to set meeting times with me. Any questions about that? Okay, so the plagiarism policy is going to come up. So the exams are open note, open book, whatever. You can use your notes on the exam. I really don't care about that. But when it comes to paper writing and stuff, that's where plagiarism could become a problem. So the easiest way to solve this problem is not to plagiarize, okay? Because the Turnitin is going to be turned on with the assignments that you turn in, even for the exams. No, you don't have to do, when you're writing your essays for your exams, those don't have to be APA style, but you can't cheat on them. Because if you cheat on them, you'll get flagged. I'll have to, I have to report you if it comes necessary, or I might fail you on that assignment. Just be real. What you come up with, your thoughts put to paper is the most important thing about this class. A lot of you guys are young. You will learn these skills as you move further along in college, okay? You will learn how to write good. The most important thing is getting thoughts to paper or thoughts to your Word documents. That is what I care about more than anything else. Okay. So the news sources that I have listed here that are more acceptable than others, I think that Corinne kind of agrees with this too. Los Angeles Times, New York Times, Time Magazine, USA Today, any political scholar or journal, any scientific scholarship or journal that's been peer reviewed. The news isn't always as accurate as it's supposed to be, but the one thing, the thing that differs CNN from Alex Jones, InfoWars, for example, is Alex Jones can post any crap he wants on his website and no one's vetting him. No one is making sure he's lying or telling the truth. So he gets away with doing that. YouTube finally kicked him off. Twitter kicked him off because the bullshit meter was just jumping through the roof. So we don't do that. But with CNN or MSNBC, used to be with Fox too, but not so much anymore, is those stories are vetted to make sure that they're accurate. And if they do print something that's not accurate, there's usually a retraction to follow what they wrote. So the newspapers, we said the Los Angeles Times, the New York Times, Time Magazine, USA Today, watch political analysis. Analysis is the key word. So you can watch like the Sunday shows on ABC, NBC, CBS. Those Sunday shows are good for good quality news. The News Hour with Jim Lehrer on PBS. I'm not sure if that still comes on. Frontline on PBS, and Fareed Zakaria. He's okay, but he sometimes puts a little too much opinion in that as well. BBC News, Vice News, Vox News, um, as well as reputable foreign news outlets. Again, Fox News is okay. That word fine doesn't apply to Fox News anymore. It's okay. Fox News is okay, but it will need to be the middle of the day stuff on Fox News, not the morning stuff or the primetime stuff. All the above sources are also available online. So if you don't get physical copies of them, then you can check for them online. Please turn phone off, and so we don't the phone rule doesn't apply to us. If we do have online Zoom meeting, just mute your phone. We have your screen muted like you do now, and I won't hear your phone ring, so that's not going to be a problem. So all right, so this shit right here, don't this stuff right here is not going to be that important. I'm going to post the schedule to the syllabus as well. So again, let me show you where your schedule is. So when you click on syllabus again, this is a schedule of when all your work is due. And I'm going to paste that onto the syllabus as well. So right now, as far as assignments are concerned, let's click on assignments and let me click on student view so I can see what you guys see. So your unit 1 quiz is available until the 31st. And then your unit 2 quiz is going to be available until the 6th. That's going to be worth 2 points. Each of those are worth 2 points. And your cognitive discussion, this discussion is going to be worth 3 points. And that's going to be due on January the 22nd. So in a couple days, all right? Those are what's coming up in the immediacy. What's coming up further down the line is you're going to have exams coming due. So your first exam is going to be due on February the 12th. And I'll get a couple lectures out to you before February the 12th, all right? So let me just show you this real quick. I'm going to just show you how exam 1 is going to look. And I'm going to tell you some important information you need to know when you take exam 1. Okay. So here is your first exam. You will have 3 hours to complete it, so plenty of time. If you're an EAC student and need more than 3 hours, let me know. I haven't had an EAC student tell me they needed more than 3 hours, but it might exist. And if you do need more than 3 hours, just let me know. I'll give it to you. Usually you want those exams right around like 90 minutes to 2 hours, because if the exam is too long, it's so easy to forget about it that it's even there. So this is how the exam is going to look. Now you have essay choices for the exam. Take very special note of this because this is important. When you type your essay on a separate Word document, right? So this is your essay. So this is your essay. Do not type it directly into the question. Type your essay on a Word document. So this is one of my syllabuses. So you just copy it, and then paste your answer into the Word document. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, because each exam is going to have an essay question. do not write your essay question in this part. Open a Word document, and I would even open the Word doc. I would type the essay before I even do the multiple choice, just so you can just easily paste it and get done with the multiple choice. That's what I would do, because the essay questions are going to be posted in the modules before time. So you could type the essay question way ahead of time. And then by the time you have to do the exam, you're just moving through the multiple choice questions really fast. And then you're just pasting your essay in this part, and you should be good doing that. Okay. So let's go back to assignments. So then you got your quizzes. Again, each unit, the exams for the most part, is going to consist of 2 units. So exam 1 is going to consist of unit 1 and unit 2. So each unit has 10 questions. Those same questions are going to be asked on the exam. So let me show you real quick. So like, look at unit 1 quiz. So unit 1 quiz is going to consist of these 10 questions. All 10 of those questions are going to be on unit 1 quiz, and all 10 of the unit 2 questions are going to be on the unit 1 quiz. That's going to be 20 questions, right? On the first exam, I should have said. That's going to be 20 questions that are given to you for free. So you should get those questions right on the exam. And then there's going to be 30 extra questions that you got to answer. And in addition to that, let me show you real quick. You go to modules. In the modules, you will have, in unit 2 right now, there's a study guide for exam 1 for exam. So there's your study guide for the exam. Study guide for exam 1. Fill this out, and then on I'll do a Zoom meeting where we could go over the exam or the study guide together. But have this filled out, all right? And we could talk about that then. What am I forgetting? Okay, so for right now, the thing you need to be focused on is unit 1, unit 2, getting that discussion done and getting the exam done by the 12th. And I'll post the exam probably sometime next week. So I want to do a quick straw poll real quick, because I'll do a lecture next week. I just want to know what day and times work the best for you. Right now for me, if I give you guys a lecture next week, it won't be on every single PowerPoint. It'll just be on a couple of them. But if I give a lecture, I think the day that will work best for me, let me look at my calendar real quick. So today is the 18th. I can do the Thursday, the 27th. And we don't have to wait. We could, what time do we do this at? 10? I could do it at 10 on the 27th for a lecture. Does that work for you, or does it, or since you guys are the ones that showed up, I'll give you guys the first dib at the vote. And if you guys can agree with Thursday at 10 a.m., that's what we'll do.
It works for me.
Okay, who else? Type it in the chat too if if you agree or disagree. So I got did I say it? Hiram? Is that how you say your name?
It's Edam.
Hiram. Okay. Thank you for fixing me, man. I don't like mispronouncing names.
Yeah,
so-
you're good. I'm kind of
Okay.
used to it, so I just roll with
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I get you. I agree. Ashley Rios, Annie Ruxtall, works for me also. Javier. See, I can say Javier because I have one of my best friends is named Javier. I do the rolling of the tongue and everything. So, all right. So who else? Javier. All right. So, okay. So if Daniel, does Thursday work for you, Daniel?
I'm not sure yet. I might have a class.
Okay. So if you have a class, just watch the video later. All right.
Okay.
Adriana, what about you? Okay. Okay. If you can't make it work, do not worry about it because I will post the lectures online. All right. But if you can make it work, please show up. All right. I think this is going to be a good semester. All right. Don't forget to do that discussion. Don't forget to do the quizzes, and you'll soon be fine. Maybe wait until after Thursday to start on quiz 1. The answers to the quizzes will be easy to find, but if you want to wait, that's fine also. Thursday, we'll meet for a little while on Thursday because I'm just going to knock out a couple lectures that I think are important. All right. And if there is nothing else, beautiful people, you are free to go.
All right. Thank you. Have a good week. Or yeah, have a good weekend.
All right. You too. Have a good weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Professor, have a good one.
All right. You too.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So is there a certain time when we are supposed